Hi children, today we are going to learn 8th standard mathematics chapter 11 direct and inverse proportions topic inverse proportion. Topics covered: introduction of inverse proportion and exercise problems. Let's learn introduction of inverse proportion. When two quantities are related, first quantity increases, second quantity decreases. First quantity decreases, second quantity increases. So it is inverse proportion. Let's learn about inverse proportion. When two quantities are related, an increase in the first results a decrease in the second. A decrease in the first results an increase in the second. The two quantities are said to be in inverse proportion. Inverse proportion. Two quantities x and y are said to be in inverse proportion. Product xy remains constant. So xy equal k. Let's learn an example of inverse proportion. Look at this figure. Distance increases, brightness decreases. When distance increases, brightness decreases. So it is inverse proportion. Let's see exercise problems. In the following tables, identify those in which x and y are in inverse proportion. What is inverse proportion? Two quantities x and y are said to be in inverse proportion if the product xy for the various values of x and the corresponding values of y remains constant. X values and y values are given. Let's check x, y values are constant or not constant. So, multiply x into y. 9 into 5, we get 45. 10 into 4.5, we get 45. 12 into 3.75, we get 45. 15 into 3, we get 45. See, x, y values are constant. Since the value of x, y remains constant. So, x and y are in inverse proportion. Let's see one more example. In the following tables, identify those in which x and y are in inverse proportion. X and y values are given in the table. Solution. Let's check x into y values are constant or not constant. So multiply x and y values. 24 into 4, we get 96. 12 into 8, we get 96. 16 into 6, we will get 96. 48 into 12, we will get 576. 192 into 0.5, we will get 96. Since the value of xy remains not constant, So x and y are in not inverse proportion. Next, a stock of food grain is enough for 500 men for 8 weeks. How long will the same stock last for 400 men? Solution: given men and weeks. Let's take X and Y. A stock of food grain is enough for 500 men for 8 weeks. Let's find number of weeks stock lasts for 400 men. So we should find A value here. Less the number of men, more will be the number of weeks. So it is in inverse proportion. 500 into 8 equal 400 into A. We should find A value. So A equal 500 into 8 by 400. Here 0 and 0 gets cancelled out. Another 0 and 0 gets cancelled out. Here the common factor is 4. So we can divide both 8 and 4 by 4. 1 4 is 4, 2 4s are 8. So the A value is 10. Therefore, the food grain lasts for 400 men for 10 weeks. In a camp, there is sufficient food for 105 soldiers for 21 days. If 42 soldiers leave the camp, how long would the food last? Solution: in a camp, there is sufficient food for 105 soldiers for 21 days. 42 soldiers leave the camp. So, current number of soldiers equal total number of soldiers minus soldiers left the camp. Total number of soldiers 105 minus soldiers leave the camp is 42. So 105 minus 42. So current number of soldiers is 63. Less the number of men, more will be the number of days. So it is in inverse proportion. Given soldiers, let's take X. Days, let's take Y. Food sufficient for 105 soldiers 21 days. 63 soldiers, we should find A. So 105 into 21 equal 63 into A. We should find A value. So A equal 105 into 21 by 63. Here the common factor is 21. So 121 is 21, 3 21s are 63. 1 3 is 3, 35 3s are 105. So A value is 35. Therefore, if 42 soldiers leave the camp, the food lost in 35 days. Let's see one more problem. Two buses cover a distance between two stations A and B. First bus moves at an average speed of 54 km per hour and the second bus at an average speed of 60 km per hour. If the first bus takes 10 hours to complete the journey, how long will the second bus take? Solution: given speed and time. First bus moves at an average speed of 54 km per hour. It takes 10 hours to complete the journey. Let's find how long will the second bus take. It is in inverse proportion. So, x into y. 54 into 10 equal 60 into x. We should find x value. So, x equal 54 into 10 by 60. Here 0 and 0 gets cancelled out. Here the common factor is 6. So we can divide by 6. 1 6 is 6. 9 6 are 54. So the x value is 9. Therefore, the second bus can cover the distance in 9 hours. Thank you, children.